Hey guys, in today's video I'd like to show you some leaked benchmarks for the Ryzen 5800U, and we're also going to be talking about some pricing information for one particular Asus TUF laptop featuring an RTX 3070 Max-Q GPU and the Ryzen 5800H, which by the way I just covered in yesterday's video, so if you have missed that one then do make sure you check it out after you're done with this one. And if you're still interested in learning more about the next generation of laptops that are going to be showcased at CES 2021, then I'm going to have a link for you guys in the video description to check out. Now, I would also like to point out that the results for the 5800U are coming from an engineering sample that didn't have access to all of the necessary updates, and this means that the results are a little bit skewed, especially in multi-core, because we have seen it score not all that great in CPU Z, R20 and Cinebench R23. Now, of course, I'm going to show you the results as they are right now, but do take them with a grain of salt, and do note that whenever you're going to be buying yourself a laptop featuring this CPU, you're most probably going to see some better results out of it. Now, starting with CPU Z, we have seen that it has managed to score about 590 points in single core scenarios, which is really great for a mobile APU, which has a configurable TDP of 15 to 25 watts, especially when you compare it to the 10900K, which has a TDP of about 125 watts, and it can go up to 250 watts if you were to overclock it to something gnarly like 5.3 or 5.4 gigahertz. But obviously we're not comparing apples to apples at the moment, so let me just tell you that the next generation of laptops are going to be really impressive with these Ryzen CPUs. And looking at the multi-core scenarios, because that's still important to show, we have seen the 5800U being able to score about 3800 points in CPU Z in the multi-core scenarios, but that's not necessarily all that great if you compare it to the 9900KF or the 4800U from the last generation of laptops. Now, of course, in Cinebench R20, if we're looking at the single-threaded workloads, we have seen that it has managed to score really nicely, about 510 points over there, and I believe it was 3600 points in multi-core. And in Cinebench R23, we have seen it being able to score about 1300 points in single core and over 9300 in multi-core scenarios. Now, obviously, you can learn more about these CPUs and the 4800U and the 9900KF and how all of these other CPUs that I just mentioned have scored in the links in the video description, because most of you are going to be interested to see how they compare. But just to let you know, in single core, things are looking really nicely. In multi-core, well, not all that great, but like I was saying in the beginning, do take all of this information with a grain of salt, because that's the best way to do it. Now, I would also like to point out that not all Ryzen 5000 mobile CPUs are going to be Zen 3 based. Some of them are going to be Zen 2 Plus, and I have a video talking about that, or you can just check out this image that I'm showing you right now, and feel free to pause the video if you need to take the time to look at them. Now, we're also going to be talking about the pricing information for the Asus TUF laptop that is most likely going to be showcased at CES 2021. And this model with an RTX 3070 Max-Q GPU and the Ryzen 5800H has been spotted in Romania, costing about 1600 to 1700 US dollars, or 6500 lei if you are from Romania. And felicitări if you are from there, then you just found out how much this laptop is going to run you for. But if you're from the US and Germany, I would like to point out that this might still be a little bit cheaper, so I would say 1500 euros or 1500 US dollars before tax, because prices in Romania are generally a little bit more expensive than here in Germany or over there in the US for my US viewers. Now, I would also like to show you the specifications for this one. We have seen it that it's going to also come with 16 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM clocked at 3200 megahertz, which is really nice to see. But of course, you can also expand it to 32 gigabytes. But with regards to all of the other specs, so the screen, it is only going to have about 250 nits peak brightness, and that's not all that great, to be fair, but we have come to expect that from the Asus TUF laptops. Especially that's what you guys have been telling me in the comment section of the previous videos that I've done talking about the Asus TUF laptops. But I would guess that if you are interested in buying this one with the exact specifications, and by the way, it's also going to have 512 gigabytes of storage, and this is also going to be PCIe Gen 3, so we're not getting Gen 4 support, sadly, but I would reckon that for most people, Gen 3 is still going to be super fine. So if you think that this laptop is going to do everything that you need it to do, then I guess you are going to be able to buy it in about a week, 2 weeks from now, because it's going to be most likely going to be unveiled at CES 2021. And from what we've seen so far, the launches are going to most probably start somewhere at the end of January, beginning of February. Now, of course, this is all the information that I have for you guys today, and sorry, I've been feeling a little bit under the weather, I should say, but obviously, I hope I still provided you some useful information with regards to all of those things that we're going to be seeing at CES 2021. So if you need more information, then how about you just leave a comment in the comment section down below, and I'm going to try to give you an answer, or just check out the videos that I've made in the playlist, and I will hopefully see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.